What is the book of Ecclesiastes? Well, Ecclesiastes was written by King Solomon around the 9th century BC. And of course, the word ecclesia, or kohelet in Hebrew, means teacher. So the title itself is just saying these are the wise sayings of a teacher, Solomon himself speaking, in the inspirational verses that inspired the title. What the historical background of this book ultimately entails is that in First Kings, like honest history should, would report that Solomon's greatest strength was his wisdom. He knew how to effectively make good decisions regarding the environment, resources, and information that he had at that point in history. But understand that knowing the right thing to do doesn't mean that you will always do the right thing. He made many mistakes regarding his relationships, and the very sources that told us about his wisdom from God also admitted his compromised marriages that turned his heart away from God and left him turning to the things of this world, which were, according to the man who made the mistakes himself, mistakes. The reason this is included in our scriptures is that the narrative of the Old and New Testament is essentially this: God is good, we are not. When we try to live contrary to this and find a happiness and satisfaction apart from him, we end up where Solomon did at the end of his life. He pursued everything this world had to offer to the highest possible degree and found it all to be chevel, or vapor, vanity, emptiness. This honest warning is important for anyone pursuing a wise perspective on this life and the next when learning from an old man who did it all and found the one thing that worked. If you think that you know better than Solomon did, then we'll see you write your own copy of Ecclesiastes in time. And what's also interesting is that Ecclesiastes is actually Solomon proving himself right in the book of Proverbs. In Proverbs 22 and verse 6, he made the observation that if you raise a child according to their temperament, when they are old, they won't depart from it. David raised Solomon to fear and love God as best he could. And even though he walked away from God in his adult years, when he was old, he remembered what his father taught him. That's the book of Ecclesiastes.